All right, rookies, we're going to be talking about the plan method. We're going to put everything together. We're going to use this system so that we can actually be safer out there riding our motorcycles on the road. Plan. Burn that in your mind, okay? So rookies will be able to identify potential hazards and learn how to navigate them using the plan method. We talked about what stage we need to be in. We talked about how to be visible. We talked about what we need to look for. We talked about what kind of position we should be in, why we need to be in these positions, why, how. We're gonna really put it all into plan place. Yeah, that was close. I almost got something there. Anyways, knowledge, you'll be able to learn the plan method. Okay, but here's the skills. You notice this is the big skill one. You'll be able to position yourself for safety. You'll be able to locate potential hazards. You'll be able to adapt to those potential hazards, and you'll be able to navigate around threats with evasive maneuvers. You kind of look. It says PLAN. Interesting. Anyways, position yourself for safety. Very important. This is why we talked about what lane position you should be in. We talked about making sure that you are looking for the best escape paths. Make sure you can actually see. So line of sight is very important. And then also the space cushions to the left, right, front, behind us. Not necessarily above us. Okay, there's plenty of that, but not a lot below us. So if we crash, boom, we hit it, right? Anyways, before you find yourself in that dangerous situation, you want to see with the yellow stage and orange stage, what position should I be in? Right? Intersections coming up, left turners are typically bad. I want to make sure I have a good line of sight. I'm going to move over to the right a little bit so I can see them and I can go ahead and present myself and then go ahead and get ourselves out of there. But while I'm doing that, I'm looking for an space cushions. I'm looking for an escape path. I'm in orange stage. Okay. And we'll talk more about this. At the end of this, we're going to go for a ride. Okay. We're going to go for a ride. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate it in real time what it is I'm talking about. But we need to learn this first before you get on the bike. Okay. Locate potential hazards. Now, this is a potential hazard, that side of the vehicle coming out of an intersection. I know he's go ahead and pointing at it. Potential hazard. So most hazards present themselves in front of you because that's the direction we're going and that's the direction we're looking. But many will pop up on the sides and behind you. Okay, so if somebody's going to come up behind you quickly, but you didn't notice it, but then they get to the side because they're going to pass you. Oh crap! What is that? Or somebody behind you at a stoplight, stop sign, and you see in your mirrors because you're doing 360 situation awareness, and they're speeding. They're coming at you like it's a stop sign, right? Oh no, you got to get yourself out of there. So if you're positioned for a good spot, which I'll show you at the end of this, when you're positioned for a good spot at an intersection, hopefully you don't get hit, and hopefully that person hits the person in front of you. Once again, we don't have space, or we don't have crumple zones, we don't have all that stuff. But just double checking while I'm talking. Were you in orange stage, yellow stage, or whatever? Were you scanning for hazards? Because did you notice on the right hand right there? No, you didn't. Got to be actively looking, everybody. Come on now. Come on now. Wake up, wake up, wake up. All right, adapt to perceived hazards. Once you've located the hazard, spend a second planning on how to adapt to it. Now, adaptation really just means, what the environment's presenting to you, you just got to adapt. So if there's a road surface hazard, a big pothole in front of you, you're in lane position 2 and a big pothole, just adapt a little bit because you saw it. Adapt to lane position 1. Oh, I like lane position 2, which is going to be the middle. Boom, right there, lane in the middle. We're going to constantly adapt, moving around. It's not a threat. It's not like a big pothole across the whole road and you got to slam the brakes, with good progressive brake pressure. It's not that. It's just a small little hazard. But you're only going to know that if you're actually paying attention and you're looking for these things. Okay. So sometimes all it takes is to move into a different lane position or lane to solve a potential problem. Okay? You don't have to swerve around a pothole if you actually saw it ahead of time. You just kind of moved over it a little bit. Now, if you didn't see it, or maybe you're just screwing around, which you shouldn't be doing because you're putting yourself in a dangerous spot, is that if that pothole all of a sudden you're not paying attention, you see it, oh crap, you have to do something. You have to navigate around that threat because now it's a threat. It's not just a hazard that you can just kind of move around. It's right in front of you. Don't move. You're going to hit it. You're going to crash, or bad's going to happen. Boom, you got to get yourself out of there. Boom, you got to get yourself out of there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze if you need to for the braking. You have to do something. This is now a red stage maneuver. So if we go back a little bit, position yourself for safety. You're in the position. You're ready for success. You're starting to locate stuff. You're looking around all the time. But then if you need to, you see something, you have to adapt to it by moving yourself into a better position for your safety. So it's a PLA, PLP, PLA. Like it's going to constantly do that. Just understand you're adapting, you're planning, you're navigating everything. If it ever gets to this, it's either you weren't paying attention or something just got out of there crazy, like a side of the vehicle just boom, going crazy. You have to do something. Have to do something, okay? So common writing hazard patterns. I talk about colors, talk about patterns, acronyms. I love alliterations. It keeps me sane. I love it. Anyways, humans cannot do everything at once, even if we think we all can. Multitasking is actually not, it's not really a thing. Humans can't multitask. We think we can, but we can't do two things at once. And I don't want to see any of you guys in class rubbing your bellies and tapping your head. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the cognitive overload. We are trying to do stuff on the bike while also scanning things. We can't do things at the exact same time until it becomes an automatic thing with our brains, the synapses. It takes a lot of experience, a lot of time. And at that point, you're not thinking about it. So you're not really multitasking. Your body's taking over a lot of that stuff. So just focus on a few common riding hazards. You know, it'll improve your riding and your safety tremendously. Hey, everybody, you should be patting yourself on the back. You just completed the S portion of the Smart Rider Basic Training e-course that we have on our site. But here's the thing, we're going to be jumping into maintaining your fundamental motorcycle skills, Unit 2, next week. I'll see you there.